yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funneling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you, wherever you may be. From Tony'sPicks.com, this is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam show for Friday, June the 7th, getting ready for, well, hopefully a fun sports weekend off of our NBA Finals game last night. A great victory for the Boston Celtics to open up the series 1-0. They look like the team that could be the one that sweeps at this point. Dallas look uninspired and uninterested, other than their mild comeback there. Getting it down there close enough within striking distance, but then another run by Boston. And Boston pulls away for the victory in game one. Definitely the fouls went their way. The shots went their way. Incredible shot making by the Boston Celtics. And like I said, uninspiring effort. Luka Doncic, 1 assist. Kyrie Irving, well, he had a whole category under his own. I don't know what it was, but certainly Jason Kidd said it at the end of the game. Coaching is not easy, and he couldn't make any adjustments. It didn't feel like 107-89 in and under. Dallas covers 8 threes in the first quarter. They talked to, the Bulls in their great championship, they'd score hit 5 3-pointers the entire series. So Boston had 16 in the game. Jaylen Brown, I thought the big star, KP, obviously huge impact there, comes in and looks like he hasn't missed a beat. Doncic, the 30 points still, but Kyrie 6 for 17. So Dallas here has their work cut out for them going into game 2. How did you guys do yesterday in the NBA? And keep an eye on Dan Hurley watch, I guess, today. We'll find out. I would imagine kind of like, when you go to the car dealership, the salespeople aren't going to let you leave until you sign that new lease or put down that down payment. And, Mr. Hurley, apparently his wife has been out there already, maybe. So maybe checking things out. So we'll see today if the Lakers get their whale that they're looking for. Could that be the difference for this team that really relies on their personnel? And how will the rah-rah style of a Hurley, an in-your-face type of coach, doesn't seem to make any sense from a Lakers perspective, other than the fact that their greatest moments have always come with, championship level coaches, and maybe you only become that once you are a champion. But nonetheless, that's what we'll keep an eye on today. Also, college baseball today. They'll be underway early. Give you a little sports betting entertainment if you're interested. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. First game on the board here is Connecticut going up against Florida State. I like Connecticut in this game to at least hang in there. You can get probably 2.5 runs at a pick'em price. I would think Connecticut could very much be in here today. All right, we got our first steam coming in right now. It's the first game, one of the first games on the board, and I'm interested in it because it's going to be going down here to 7.5. It looks like in just a moment. Talking about the game between Atlanta and Washington. We're definitely seeing and hearing that steam on this game right now on the under. with Atlanta and Washington, Sale and Urban. It was something that I was very much interested in here, probably even more so now. Probably going to go down to 7.5 here momentarily. I'm seeing heavily juiced eights right now in Atlanta and Washington. My pick is the under. Please, if you want, grade me at 8 under 20. But if you want to grade me at 7.5 because you're going to play that game later on, uh, that's okay too. I'm going to take the under. That one just moving our first steam of the day while we're on the air here on the morning steam. All right, and baseball, hockey action this weekend. No hockey tonight. We're going to start on Saturday in the Stanley Cup. So really, we're looking today here. Probably still, Major League Baseball. WNBA's got a 4-game card today as well, and uh, still some international soccer action. We've seen some interesting tilts here along the way. They're underway also right now in the French Open men's semifinal with Yannick Sinner currently leading in the first set over Carlos Alcaraz in this one for Sinner. Pretty good start here. You figure with Alcaraz, the longer the tournament goes, maybe at this point, as great of a clay court player he is, Sinner here, $1.30 underdog, looked like a great price against Alcaraz. But hey, we're in the first set of this 5-setter, but it just seems like the elbow forearm injury to Alcaraz just seems to get tired as the matches go along. So maybe it'll be different today. Later on, another tight match. Casper Ruud, that's our guy. Remember, we took him to win this thing, but he's up against Zverev, and Zverev's a favorite here, $1.25 or so today, maybe $1.30 against Casper Ruud. I'm in already. Casper Ruud, 9-1 to win this tournament. So we'll just roll with that. Let me go say hello to everyone here rolling in. What are you focusing on this weekend? There's an MMA card on Saturday, and college baseball to the forefront here, maybe a little bit, not something we cover here on the site, but I certainly want to talk about it and follow it. And let me say hello to the Team Steam over our All-Star chat here today for Friday, and see who is in with Dre here. He had a good day, but Dallas, me and Dre, we're the same thing, right? Seemed like I won a lot of picks except for the big one. That's all right. We'll win a bunch of games, and I don't think I'm ready to bail on the Mavs just yet. But again, impressive performance, and I guess Mavericks need another couple of days off or something, huh? And there's Jeff here today, and our Thompson's here. Fernando with a good day. Seems like you guys are all having a good day. Latifa's here. All hail, all rise, the queen. A true OG, not just some wannabe, if you will. All right. And here's Fernando in the house as well this morning. And M Looks joining us here. Again, it did feel a little bit uncomfortable. I was asked on one chat room, I was in hanging out in a chat, what do you think? I think it might have been from one of our chat people, actually, chat peoples, asked me, I want to think of who it was, if they're here, but said to me, Ramon, what do you think about, the, let me see. Oh, there's Chad. Yep. He sent me a message last night on some, I was like, "What is this post?" Chad sent me on this completely other post. I think I was talking about the stock market. I'm waiting for Chad Colvin. He is the roaring kitty of sports handicapping. How's that, Chad? We're gonna go to the moon today. And here's Thomas as well. Let's see who else twisted here today. And Jeff says Danny Hurley might not be, and sometimes there's some room for a college, right? I mean, a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think that's what it's going to end up being for Hurley. I think that's what it's going to be, his final decision when he takes the job, a chance to coach one of the greatest players ever, and one last ditch effort for a championship, possibly with his son, and maybe just too big of a dynamic. Lakers probably don't have it in them. I mean, I think that's apparent, but. And again, I'm thinking for Hurley, you only will, tarnish your great record, but you're going to have a big fat wallet. And I don't know. Isn't that the way it should be? is that what we're looking for here? So always looking for opportunities. Okay, Luis is here, Fernando and Kervin here today. I think Chad says, I think at least Chad's picks. And says all favorites today. Favorites. I'm on a dog or two, but let me see. I don't know. I did take dogs actually. So Chad, I took the Sparks. So maybe we could challenge it up there. I also took. I took the Mercury. I'm gonna take the Mercury. I think that spread was just a little bit too high. And I'm on 3 dogs, Chad. So we're on. And here he is. Look, though, he says Commissioner's Cup got these favorites rolling here at this point, kind of going against what happened early on. So, and we saw the game yesterday, right? Chicago, goes out and kind of pulled away there to a certain extent, right? Later in the game, kind of showing that they were the better team, but Kennedy Carter, shook off that horrific attack the previous day, getting off the bus, just a horrible incident. To score 25 points last night. So really thankful that she was okay, uninjured in that, scrum, that melee there. So, all right. And Chad talking about it there. He might mean because the Aces are west and the Liberty's east, but I think I know what he means there. Beanie Man here today, and Steven here as well. All right. And maybe I have one other college baseball pick today. I wanted to take a long look at another underdog, possibly. I see a comment there in the chat because I like Evansville against Tennessee getting 4.5 runs, probably. So, yeah, I'm just on these Sparks. I'm a Spark. The one thing I mentioned on with Tony last night, not partly part of the handicap, but the fact that I thought it was cool that Cameron Brink was named to the Olympic team for the 3-on-3 competition. Of course, she was on the gold medal winning team at the FIBA World Cup 3-on-3, which is certainly an elite competition. She is a world-class player, and I believe LA will continue to get better. Dallas is showing some vulnerability of late. Still have them pretty strong. I mean, LA is definitely near the bottom, but I'm going to take some points at home. And the one thing about the Commissioner's Cup, too, brother, right, is, you look at those standings, right? But the funny thing on that is, is like, you're done, man. If you get once you almost have one loss, you're almost done. It's funny, really, because you just have those 5 games. So, but they'll continue tonight with 4 games, and we'll preview them. Also, talking about world class athletes, or I don't know if you guys caught the big result, because the T20 World Cup in cricket is being played here in the United States this month, and they're really just underway. Every team's played a match or two. The United States with a huge upset of Pakistan. It's not just some like one day match between them, playing just some casual friendly match. I mean, this was in the T20 World Cup, one of the highest levels of competition in international cricket. A T20, I mean, it's not a standard cricket game. T20 was kind of invented like 20 years ago to, be like a one-day thing where you'd go with a band and watch a 2 or 3 hour game and go home. But the United States with a huge upset of Pakistan, and they've advanced to the Super 8. And I think U.S. cricket actually is going to be vastly improved here in the years to come as the sport grows. Television still kind of grows it a little bit. You see it on ESPN Plus a lot, and there's enough athletes in this country, I would think, to compete, even though, countries like Pakistan and India have a pretty strong player base, obviously. So, all right. All right. And let's maybe get into it. It's just going to be me and Chad here after a while. A little steam coming in right now. Let's get one more steam move in baseball before we move on. This wasn't one necessarily that, even though it's an under steam coming in, wasn't one that I was necessarily interested in yet. My first look maybe was over, but here comes some steam right now in the game between Arizona and San Diego tonight. My Padres are at home, and this one has already been 7.5s are disappearing right now. I'm showing already at Bet Online 7 over 15, Bovada 7 over 25, and the U.S. books mostly 7.5. DraftKings at 7.5, starting to move lower as well. A little bit of juice to the under at circa. So this one's moving under here right now between Arizona and the Padres tonight. And I'll just mark the steam, but you know, usually I'm like, yeah, a little bit of coincidence. I mean, no, I'm always going to be on. I don't want to say it like on the right side or on the move. It feels like I'm always going to be on the move, but maybe even a little bit ahead of the move. But and say, oh, here's an under move, and I'm on it. But not on the Padres tonight. I was kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned with Fott actually here against the Padres, even with West Coast game. So, all right, looks like you guys are kind of ready to get started here. Not much left coming from the comments. So, yeah, it looks like my picks right now out of these first two games, I'm going to roll with taking the runs in college baseball. My two plays right now, I'm feeling pretty solid on it. Look, Evansville was incredible. Tennessee's awesome, man. Like I said, every SEC teams love them. I love all the SEC teams. They'll probably win everything. They'll all probably advance. But I'm going to take 4.5 runs with Evansville in the first game today, and I'm also going to take 2.5 runs with Connecticut against Florida State. And I don't know the other two games. The other two games today, West Virginia, North Carolina. If you guys want to. Florida State's a $2 favorite, approximately over Connecticut. The total there is going up to 12.5 with Connecticut and Florida State. So note that it's been on the move higher a little bit. Evansville and Tennessee, we talked about 4.5 run favorite. That's about minus 750 right now, but I like Tennessee there to hang in there. West Virginia, North Carolina favored by they're minus 275 right there, and laying 2.5 runs. I'm on North Carolina in a futures bet to win the championship, so maybe that'll be my play today, just to keep Carolina to win, beat West Virginia. West Virginia, pretty neat team. They might be one of the lower rated, feels like, here coming in. Kansas State, Purple Cats, man, this is going to be tough, actually. I'm on Virginia to win the national championship as well as one of my two plays. All I got left is North Carolina and Virginia. I don't think they're the best plays out of the field, certainly, but those are the ones that I took the odds on during the season. So just roll with those two tonight. Virginia against the Purple Cats, man. Woo! They are looking pretty interesting, though, today. I hope Virginia wins. Steam move right now in the what is it called when the Major League Baseball here with Seattle and Kansas City. I'm showing this total moving higher here with Seattle and Kansas City this morning. And the pitchers there, Miller and Lynch. So that game was 8.5, and I'm still showing a lot of 8.5s, but I'm also starting to show some 9 unders here currently. They're showing a couple of offshore sites currently. Also, DraftKings has moved to 9 under 15. South Point over here, 9 under 20. Circa 8.5 over 30. So not quite all the 8.5s yet, but are gone. But this one moving to 9 at a lot of the places right now, with Seattle and Kansas City total moving higher here on the morning steam. get a few more comments, and then we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see what we got today. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Yeah, looks like I'll take those dogs against you. I will say let you go, but and I'll preview later the Fever, man, a runaway favorite today after seeing Washington. Hey, I took a loss last night here with with Washington on the show, and look, they led by 9 at halftime. So, and Rick here today likes the Cardinals. Stop Geo feeling the tarp there. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who did well on the site yesterday with our game. Like I said, I mean, I had a good day, but kind of disappointing. You lose the big game, and when especially we got half the chat trying to tell you take the Boston Celtics. That's okay. Here we go. Hey, Ramon Scott still found a way to be on the top of the handicapper leaderboards with 5-1 record yesterday. Premium pick winners in the WNBA with the Liberty and Atlanta under. I want to shout out Solo here. I don't know if he's here today in the chat, or maybe he shouldn't be in the chat. I don't know, but Solo yesterday with a solid winner on the under. I loved the play actually, and I ended up just betting it with Solo. I didn't put it as a premium, and boy, I should have, because Chicago and Washington. Great job, Solo. If you're out there, thank you for the winner in the chat yesterday. And also, my premium pick winner was the Liberty and the Dream game to go under, and we had the Liberty here on the show talking about those favorites rolling. Also, premium pick winners for me yesterday in Major League Baseball included Braves Nationals under, Rockies Cardinals under. Yesterday, also the Seattle Mariners and those New York Yankees. Stephen Duncan, 6-2, 75%. Mindy Hahn, 80%. Nick Lagaretos went 5-2 yesterday. How about Scott Double Shooty? It's always a pleasure to have him here in the chat as well. Always visiting us in this chat and giving us great knowledge. Great to have Doubles when he stops by and shares his knowledge with us. So unselfish with his contributions. 3-1 yesterday, 75%. Same with Ron Hahn. He always stops by here in the chat. 5-2 yesterday, does a great job. The two old ladies at Bet Consensus, 60%. Ruben Marlboro, 60%. Tony T, another winning day. What can you say? Tony continues to roll here, 2-1. Hollywood Sam won his only place. CJ Sturgeon remains hot, 3-2 record. Jerry Lewis, Tiffany Mance, 2-1. Tim Irwin won his only play. Joseph Schultz, 60%. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks, another guy who comes in the chat with us and gives us some great vibes and information. And Ron Crawford found his way to the green. It must have been easy pickings. No wonder I'm on top. 18 cappers in the green yesterday at Tony'sPicks.com. For the last 7 days, it's Ron Hahn. Strong Ron, 70% here, over 14.5 units. Hollywood Sam rolling right now, 13-5. Two old ladies at Bet Consensus right there coming in. Here right now, 17-13 out in Sean Dinwiddie up 4.75 units, and Stephen Duncan up over 4.5 units. Perlo doing a fine job as well. It's been great to have him come here in the chat too. Man, it's so cool. And last 30 days, Danny Dimes got that 13-13 going. Ron Hahn up there, 785. Tony T up 5.5 units. Jerry Lewis there, and Brandon Check up 5 units. Okay, a little bit of steam coming in right now, and I don't. It's real tough. I don't know if Chad took off, but got some WNBA steam coming in. Last night on the show, and it's going to be my pick for the WNBA game on the under with Indiana and Washington. I think we'll see Washington still continue to struggle offensively, even against an Indiana team that certainly is no good, but against a comparable team, I expect these teams not to be able to reach close to 80 points. doesn't matter. The total is moving higher right now with the Fever and the Mystics. 161.5 is currently on the move higher here to 163 at Bovada right now. 162.5 here at stations in Las Vegas. 162.5 at Bet Online. So this one's moving higher, and these moves have been so solid. I'm a little concerned actually, but I took the under on the show last night. Maybe the Fever. Look at where this line is now, up to 2.5. It feels like it could be 4 at game time. Probably should save the WNBA for when we get to that segment, but I just want to get that steam out there as well. And also, steam coming in, Orioles and Rays. This one is moving higher right now. This is one I totally agree with. Maybe I'll just save it now and not use it on let me just add, the total is moving higher right now. Baltimore and Tampa Bay on some widely reported steam. The eights. This one was as low as 7.5. We're already seeing it at 8.5, under 15 at Bovada. This one with Irvin and Savali is moving drastically higher here this morning. I did like the over. I'll go ahead and make it my play right now. We'll still talk about it in a few minutes, but man, this one's going out of control on the over with Baltimore and Tampa Bay right now, up to 8.5 at a few locations. There's some buyback here. It's going to settle at about 8 over 20, it looks like. But wow. Baltimore, Tampa, steam coming over. Here's a little bit more steam coming over right now in a real interesting game that I also think is going to be a high-scoring game tonight. Feel like they're taking all my plays from me. So it's going to be my show play, and it's an over. Believe it or not, 2 in a row, steam over, and I agree. What is this world coming to? Hopefully, yesterday was a good sign. Dodgers, Yankees, all the 8.5s are disappearing here right now. It looks like they're going to 9 in the Dodgers and Yankees game. I'm showing Bet Online, 9 under 18 already. South Point, DraftKings, they were already there at 9 under for the most part, but looks like we're getting some steam according to the line service here on the Dodgers-Yankees game to go over, and what a series it's going to be. Is it a World Series preview tonight with the Dodgers and the Yankees? Don't forget, this weekend, tomorrow, we've got Major League Baseball from England with the Phillies and the Mets. That sounds like 2 good teams to have over in the UK, over in London, right? The Philadelphia Phillies, that's kind of Americana, and the New York Mets. I mean, York, where they got that name number from, right? Hey, here comes some steam right now in college baseball. I want to tell you about this steam. West Virginia and North Carolina. This total is currently moving under. It was 12.5. It's already going down to 11.5. If there's any chance you can get a 12.5, I'm not saying it's the right side, but you're going to get some CLV if you're into that sort of thing. So right now, the game tonight between West Virginia and North Carolina, we talked about it a little bit, and this total is moving lower. Yeah, it's 11 at a lot of places right now. So I'm just saying, if you were interested in something like a 12, maybe you could take a shot right now and consider taking it under. If you like CLV, you could always, like I said, if you like the over, you might be able to come back to maybe it'll be 10.5. I don't know, but it's 11 right now at a lot of spots. And there are a few 12s still out there to be had if you're quick to the draw. I saw a 12.5, and it went as soon as that steam came in. I think that was gone. But I know with Justin's in here, man, I think they sleep behind the desk there at the old Parks and Rivers and all those. All right. Don't forget, over at Tony'sPicks.com, click on the All Cappers tab. You'll find the handicappers, and you can click on the handicapper of your choice. And there you'll find their premium pick packages. I've got today, of course, my packages up there. You can go back and look at all my records and see where I win. You can see where I win. Okay. Little Canadian football. I don't know if you're interested. Hamilton, Calgary moved lower here on some steam. Oh, that might have been old Steam, actually. What was that just came in? I was busy talking. Let me go over here, take a look at the packages. Oh, that's last year. You can see my sports here that I crush in right now. WNBA, MMA this weekend. Finally picking up my baseball. Then a pretty good run here in baseball. A little up and down. And to pick up my all sports pass, we grab the 3 day. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, $99. Probably hit you up with about 25 plays, I would think, over the next 3 days. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages at Tony'sPicks.com from all the cappers over there. You can use that promo code TonyT at checkout. All right. Thanks for listening to all that. And earn my keep around here. Want to say hello to Howard, to Darren as well. And we'll get rolling here with the show. Go right to Major League Baseball because, that's kind of the featured attraction here with no playoffs again today. But you've got the Atlanta Braves here against the Washington Nationals. Hey, check out Ron Hahn here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. He's got videos of games today along with Bo Dunn. Bo Dunn's got videos here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel today with Tony. He was in studio or on Zoom call with Tony last night, previewing several of the games. So appreciate Bo's contributions every day. Here comes a little bit more steam right now in Major League Baseball. Let me just hold off here. In a college baseball, it's in the game between Connecticut and Florida State. Now, this one you might have missed the boat on this one because I think I did. Connecticut and Florida State, we were talking about there in the chat, but right now showing Connecticut and Florida State. This total moving lower right now. It was 12.5. It's been hit with some steam today in this one. And I'm just taking a look here and see what I might need the app on one of these to try to take a look at this line. But Connecticut and Florida State right now has moved down to 11.5 on some steam, and that is the game that is coming up at 9 Eastern. Now, here goes also North Carolina. Going to be pushing north of $3 right now, so might be worth, if you're interested in taking a look at North Carolina here today at the price. If you can get anything maybe south, 275, you're going to save a lot there because right now I'm showing Bovadas all the way up to 340 already with North Carolina today. They're probably laying 2.5 runs or more today against West Virginia. Now is that one? I'm sorry, not 340. The highest price right now, 310. 310 for North Carolina. That one, though, has moved considerably higher. So, all right. I think there we go. Just want to take a little shot here on a good price. That's what you do. You got to earn. Hey, want to always pick winners here and, show a great winning percentage, but don't be afraid to earn now and then. I think it's really overlooked what professionals do. I'm not saying who is and who isn't a professional, but, to keep the money churning, you got to keep earning. Okay. Here we go. Let's say hi to a few more people. Here we got the first plays coming in, so better get rolling here. And here's Fernando with the Braves, and Thomas is on the Braves. Stop Gio was talking about that Yankees game, and we said we did like the steam move on the over. We'll still cover it here in a little bit. And Gerardo, a little more tennis action here. We did see. He's not afraid to go with Alcaraz here, it looks like, despite what I was saying about, his conditioning. Here's under in the game here for Fernando. All right. In this one, between the Braves, let me update the line here, too, on the screen because I believe I have it mostly, yeah. I think mostly 7.5 over is the current line on the game. Maybe 7.5 over at minus 115 or so. And uh, I think I jumped ahead too quick. I don't have the Twins game up there for some reason, so bear with me on that. We'll just keep it right here right now. I think like a dummy, I put the games in rotation order and not time order. So don't get all bent out of shape if I'm miss a game or two today. Here comes a little more steam right now. It's kind of against me a little bit. This is college baseball steam. I can't even get off this uh, pro baseball yet with all this great information coming in. This is actionable information. That's why we preempt all the updates. We don't save it. Kansas State is taking steam right now against North Carolina. North Carolina, as I said, I just said moments ago, North Carolina. Let me make sure I got this right. Oh yeah, no, because we were talking about K State at previously, right? I want to make sure I get this right. Kansas State is taking the steam against Virginia here. So both dogs, right? Both no, North Carolina is a favorite. Kansas State is a dog. Okay, kind of getting confused because of my futures bets. Kansas State, though, right now is taking steam against Virginia today. Interestingly enough, I say it like that because I'm on Virginia here, but I did talk about how good K State looked, and if Virginia is going to be at plus at minus 340 right now, and you get a decent price here on K State and Virginia, and that total moving way lower right now on K State and Virginia. 13.5 is getting taken out. These unders are coming in. K State and Virginia is going to soon turn into 13 like it has at Bet Online. Wow, this is fun again. Just like the other day, it feels like. Wow. So under here, K State and Virginia steamrolling in right now. 13.5 college baseball super regionals. Better make it clear right now. They got a 3-game series this weekend. There are 8 matchups, 8 super regionals, 16 teams left to try to play down. The winners of these series go to Omaha and the College World Series. Also, okay, let me mark that one down. Thank you for being with me today and letting me get you all this great information. Okay. I think I'm caught up on the steam right now. Get back over to see what you guys are saying. where were we? Braves and Nerfy for Darren. And hope I didn't screw up there with the rotation order. Chris Sale is 7-0 in his last 8 starts with a 2.52 ERA for Irvin. He comes in here with an 0-3 record in his last 5 starts, a 3.68 ERA. The Nationals have lost 6 of their last 7 games. The Braves, 4-2 in their last 6. They've gone under in 11 of their last 14 games. It's kind of like back to Braves underland, it feels like, to a certain extent. Irvin has gone under in 4 straight games. I already said I'm on the under, I believe, right? When we talked about the opening here. Here's Dre wants Braves and under. Okay. That might be it for you guys on this one. I'll just keep it with the under here. That's where we've seen the move down here to 7.5 at this point. I'm showing 7.5 flat now, even at a couple of books. So continues to kind of edge under with Chris Sale. I mean, what can you say about how he's performing right now? I mean, it just seems like he is in career form. Now we did have the Nationals yesterday here on the show. Nationals on the run line yesterday, so they got beat 5-2, but our premium play was on the under. So, okay, appreciate the comments and the picks, you guys. And I'll take the under, of course. And let me get back to the Twins game now. Started the first game up at 6:40 Eastern and 3:40 Pacific with the Twins and the Pirates with Joe Ryan here. Going to be a slight road favorite. $1.22, $1.23 maybe here right now. $1.18 at Circa against Mitch Keller and the Bucks at home in this one. Interleague series here. Let's take a look at these. Take a look at this matchup with the Twins here with Ryan. He's got a 2.79 ERA in his last 3 starts. Keller's been real hot. A 5-0 record in his last 5 starts with a 1.34 ERA. The Pirates are 8-4 with Keller this season. They've only won 29 games, so Keller's been pretty strong here. The Twins have now lost 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. The Twins are also 5-1 though with Ryan on the mound on the road. The Pirates are over in 19 of their last 26 games coming into this one. I figure Ryan probably should have I think he should have a pretty decent time of this against Pittsburgh right now, considering maybe Pittsburgh here. Yeah, Ryan, 2 runs in 6 innings pitch in his, or I'm sorry, Keller, 2 runs in 6 innings pitch in 1 start against Minnesota. Let's get some comments here. Pirates first 5 here for Dre. Keller is 7-5 in the first 5 this season. And the Pirates, they've 28, 26, and 8 in the first 5. Ryan is 4-5-3 in the first 5. The Twins are 26, 32, and 4 in the first 5. That is subpar for sure. The steam came in this game on the over, but I don't know if I'm buying that. I mean, if anything, maybe it's going to give us a little bit better price here if it's still at, yeah, it's at 8. What do I have it on screen at 8? No. Oh, 7.5 over 25. I mean, I don't even know if I see that out there anymore. It's pretty close to the line, I guess, but I got to go under here in this one. So does Jeff. Thomas is on the Twins. Justin's on his on the Bucks, not his Bucks. He told me his favorite team. Can't remember, but he went out there to see him, right? I'm trying to remember now. Here's Twins and Nerfy for Darren. Ryan's allowed a first inning run in 5 of 12 starts. It's not good. Meanwhile, Keller's allowed a first inning run in 4 of 12. Also not good. Keller also not great. These two guys not great. Minnesota 17 for 62. Maybe average. Pirates 13 for 62. Definitely below average in the Nerfy department coming into this one. I'll just take the under here though. And I'm pretty sure I can get 8, but I like a good challenge. So grade me at 7.5 over 25 at plus money. Yeah, that's right. The Braves. Yeah. Yep. And I don't know, Justin, I don't know how, Justin, he's not young. He's not my age, but remember the great Braves and Pirates championship series, the great play at the plate. All right, let's keep it moving now here and take a look at the Brewers and the Tigers. Got to be honest with you, folks. I'm not going to have a play here right now. We do have a couple of great videos. Tony previewed the game. Bo previewed the game. I'm pretty sure you're going to have Freddie Peralta here in this one. I just don't think we've seen. I imagine what we're dealing with here, possibly maybe an opener for Milwaukee, but we just have seen just a trickle of bets, and you really can't. I do not have access to to bet the game at this point. Your book may be starting to peak this line out a little bit right here, but so far, really, we're not seeing this game available here with Peralta going up, I believe, against Olsen. So we'll see what the deal is here with this matchup. And in fact, I think I can safely put Peralta in there. At least he'd be the bulk pitcher if the Brewers do come with. And we got Jeff here. Maybe he can give us a little bit of update here in this one. But again, that's what I was kind of looking at right now. Maybe expecting to see Freddie Peralta against Reese Olson in this matchup. For Reese Olson, he's got a 5.4 ERA in his last three starts. Detroit's won 8 of their last 12. Detroit's just 2-9 with Reese Olson on the mound this season. Tigers have gone over in 8 of their last 12. Brewers have gone under in 7 straight on the road. They've lost 3 straight, and they scored just 2 runs in the last 2 games coming into this one. So we'll see. I'm actually going to take a pass here just because I have no line. We got a couple of great videos out there, and we can take a look at this one a little bit later. Maybe something will come out before we get rolling. I want to give you a couple pieces of steam, some steam that was rolling in while we were previewing the last game. Toronto and Oakland. This one dipped real low, and it was too low for the Sharps. They actually move over here on the game with Toronto and Oakland. Right now it's 8 under 20 in this one. I think that was mostly the line, but I think anybody who's on the under here might be getting a better price here right now. It looks like 8 under 20 all over, except DraftKings is maybe 7.5 over 18. But the steam came in on the over in Toronto and Oakland, according to the line service. I don't think the move looks that hot. They also moved on Toronto here in this game. That's where I was actually going to be looking. I was looking to go against maybe Hogan Harris here and Toronto. We'll preview it, but Toronto, which was as low as $1.30 on some openers, the lowest opener, to be fair. I'm just trying to make a comparison because right now I'm showing there are Bovadas up to $1.61 here on Toronto. So no premium there. Just give me Toronto here. Pretty big move here, as much as, I don't know, 20, 25 cents or more on the Blue Jays here tonight against the A's. Another steam move here on the Morning Steam. All right. So, all right, anything here with this game? Let me see here. Darren will take the Brewers, and Jeff says Peralta, maybe he'll get held back. So maybe I could just take a peek at where I said I like to go. I don't know if you guys caught that yesterday. I like to go to the roster resource or Fangraphs and look at the roster resource. Jason Martinez, I think he's got these great charts that you can look at that shows, the pitching order, where guys were drafted, where they're currently listed in their, on the team and stuff like that. So, all right. Am I with you guys right now? I feel like I shouldn't have done that. All right, just a moment here. Stand by. Stand by here. I'm coming back here on the Morning Steam. Just one moment here. I'll be right back. Just trying to get my connection straight. All right, am I with you guys now? Appreciate that. Okay, you were hearing me there. Okay. Good. I had a little bit of an interruption here. They're really on me to, take care of this, you guys, and I promise I will do that for you. It's really not fair to your time here to jeopardize your time. So, okay, just trying to take into account what we were doing there, and probably should not be surfing in the background. Is probably what it comes down to there. But just gonna hardwire it up like you guys tell me to do. I was just taking it for granted, and we'll get that all squared away. Thank you for your patience here. All right, Toronto here for Thomas. No consensus today. Uh oh. I know that's what I sounded like, right? And I was like, that's what I said I was going to do. I'll just keep saying this. All right. So nothing right now. Brewers and Tigers here in this one with Peralta and Olson just waiting for the line. What I do have though is some more steam today. These guys are ready to gamble tonight. The Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. This one is going to be heading lower here. They started taking it at 9 right now, and I'm already starting to see some 8.5s, like at Bovada, 8.5 over 20. Everyone's got a 9, pretty much still 9 under, of course, juiced, minus $1.20 or so. But right now, we're seeing the move on the under. That's what I liked in the game tonight with the Reds and the Cubs. I mean, you do have Lodolo pitching. I would imagine a pretty good matchup for Lodolo against the Cubs. Steele's been mediocre, but right now the total moving lower here with the Cubs and the Reds. All right, and next up, we'll look at the game with Baltimore and Tampa. And you got Irvin. Well, you know what? At least Irvin, if the game we talked about, the old Irvin versus Irvin matchup, at least they're on the same day at this point, if it ever works out. All right, the O's are on the road here, and they are favored in this one, $1.20 or so right now at Bovada. Here, the Orioles against the Rays. This one has seen a big move to the over. That line is very, very stale right now and needs updating because I think they're at 8.5 here at this point. We already talked about it, right? I said, give me the over before this one goes out of control, which it already has between the Orioles and the Rays. Check out videos on this one from Ron, from Bo here today with this matchup. I'm updating the line though here. We definitely have an 8.5. Slightly juiced to the under, I say, but man, that's a pretty big move with these two pitchers today. For Irvin, you have him with a 0.59 ERA in his last 5 starts, and he went 5-0 in those starts. So he's been pitching outstanding. Savali's got good numbers as well. Uh, uh, but not over the last several games. Yeah, okay, I got you here. 4.38 in his last 5 starts. The Rays are just 1-7 with Savali on the mound. Might be the thing that coming in here, I think in this one that maybe what we're going to see is some possible production here from the Orioles against Savali because the numbers for Irvin are good. He's gone under in 4 of his last 5. The Orioles have won 10 of their last 14. They've gone over in 7 of their last 11 on the road. Tampa Bay's gone over in 3 of their last 4. They are just 3-8 in series openers. Also, Savali 5.48 ERA in 4 career starts against Baltimore, although a 2-0 record. All right, give me the over. I think I missed the boat on this one. And just stand by for a moment. All right. All clear now. All right. Look at your plays here on this one with the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. With Darren on Baltimore here. And Fernando is on the over. Thomas says, give me Tampa Bay on the money line. Luis is on the O's. And Jeff says he'll still grab this over with me as well. Dre says O's and over. Nate's here today. He had a big parlay. All right, give me the over. I'll have to take it at 8.5, I guess. Let's go to next up. Matchup here between the Dodgers and the Yankees. What a weekend it's going to be. And take us back right to the 1977-78 World Series with the Dodgers and the Yankees. And, well, that was a long time ago. But could the Dodgers and the Yankees go to the World Series like they should every year? Got Yamamoto here against my man Cody Petit. Went out there and spun his short stint there in his last start. Good job, Cody. Uh, uh, like I said, Cody's on the Yankees now. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're, don't have much experience and never really made a big dent in your Major League Baseball career, here you are on the New York Yankees, starting against the Dodgers in a big weekend series. Great job, my man Cody Petit. Great job. And Dodgers going to be favored here on the road, about $1.25 here, $1.19 right now at Circa. Total hanging on about 9 under 15. We already said I'm on the over here in this one. Sorry, Cody, but maybe it'll be the bullpen that gives it up, or Mr. Yamamoto here with. Look, even though the Dodgers are still highly regarded as the favorite, I would think they're in the National League. Yeah, we're having the Phillies, great job. Braves, great job. Maybe they're favorites. I don't know, but certainly here the Dodgers coming into this series widely anticipated as a big series for both teams. But the Yankees obviously have that better record right now, coming in with 45-13, a good 5 or 6 games better than the Dodgers at this point. For Yamamoto, he's 5-1 in his last 7 starts with a 2.72 ERA. The Dodgers are 18-13 on the road, but just 3-3 in their last 6 games. Cody Petit, 2 starts, 2 wins. My guy, good job. 3.27 ERA. So far. A couple of overs in those games. Yankees have won 26 of their last 33 games. They're 21-8 at home, gone over in 6 of their last 8 at home. So I'll probably go under. Yamamoto's gone over in 7 of 12. Dodgers have been going under a bit of late. But come on, this is going to be Sluggers series, Dodgers and Yankees. And probably the featured attraction in sports tonight. Here's maybe it's an under from Fernando. Maybe here's the Yankees for Luis. Thomas on the money line with the Yankees. Here's Justin on the Yankees. Darren on the Yankees. Jeff says Solo will not make this game after leaving yesterday's game in the 6th inning. He flew out. You can see him walking down the tunnel. Couldn't really tell. Did we have an update on what was it? An oblique injury? I was just trying to speculate. As they were on the broadcast. I think that's where I am in my life right now. I don't have the actual determination of it. Maybe you guys did, and I just missed it. But certainly had to be listed as questionable immediately, leaving the game there in the 6th inning. Now, the part of the trick to it though was that they did have that lengthy rain delay, and so he came in, had one at bat, and then left the game. So I was kind of thinking to myself, well, it is Juan Solo after all, so he could just be taking the rest of the night off. But Jeff says maybe he will miss this one. All right, Justin says he's going over in all of them. Fernando's on the Dodgers. Dre's on the over. And here is Fernando. He wants to go over in game 2 of this. I think the over hits the over in game 2, he says. Okay, I gotcha. And he says, Thomas going under here. Jeff's on the Dodgers. Oh, it was a forearm. Okay. You know what? Actually, I did actually see that now that you mentioned it, actually. And oh, okay, tough news, tough news. But hopefully, well, hopefully Mr. Solo is okay. Not our great champion handicapper, uh, Jonathan Solo Malone, but Juan Solo, the outfielder for the Yankees. So definitely a big bat. You don't want to be missing him. Certainly in this game today, if you got an over, but I've got an over. All right. That's gonna got your plays in there on that one. How about the Guardians coming in here against the Marlins today with Logan Allen going up against Weathers, a couple left-handers here tonight in Miami. And I don't know. I would think Logan Allen could be well slotted here in this one, going up against the Marlins. Allen just a 4.66 ERA in his last four starts, but a 3-1 record. Cleveland's 5-2 with Allen on the road, 10 overs and two unders for Allen this season. But man, that steam came rolling in on the under. Weathers has gone under in six straight games, and he has a 2 ERA in his last four starts. I say I want to be that guy that's kind of been, backing Weathers a little bit. Not many people think he has, major league status. I'm going to say that he can be a major league pitcher. I mean, he has plenty of starts already. There's nothing questioning whether or not whether or not he could continue his career, I guess. But here is missed Panger's bet there. Sorry about that. Fernando under here in the first five. Cleveland run line here for Luis. And here's Luis on Cleveland here today. This one, we've already seen the pressure heading here lower, but there's still some eights out there. I see some 7.5 overs, so there's definitely been a move to the under on that widely reported steam, and that's what I'll do. I'll just end up on the under here. I really like maybe Logan Allen to have a pretty strong outing in comparison to what we've seen from his numbers. So Thomas, so maybe Marlins here. Doesn't look like are we hitting a no consensus here today, Thomas, huh? Wow, that'd be incredible. That'd be crazy. Here's Cleveland and a Nerfy here from Darren today. For Allen, he's allowed to run in the first inning in 33% of his starts so far. Weathers, he's been good, 1 of 12, allowing runs in the first inning. He did get shelled by Cleveland, one and 2/3 innings pitched, 6 runs in his only start against Cleveland. Marlins have lost 6 of 8. They're 11-23 at home, just 5-15 in series openers. For the Guardians, they've scored a run in the first inning in 16 of 61, maybe just below average. The Marlins, same thing, 15 of 62. All right, take the under. Thomas wants one more Cleveland for a consensus. If anybody was there it is. Jeff did it. And I would maybe do it too, but I might be. There we go. There's our man Solo. He's here in the chat. I want to thank him so much for honoring us, stopping by. I know it's to come in here, Jonathan. Great job. And I've already talked about your great pick yesterday, Solo, on the game. I wanted to come in with a premium, but man, you came in here. You had a video there on it, and I just end up betting it. Just bet that under that you gave us, that great under in the Mystics and the Sky game. So great job. Thank you yesterday. And he's got a Guardians here today. And there's Justin with a prop. Nathan's got the Guardians here as well. Thomas, we finally got one. Even we have to coax it out of there. But like I said, Thomas, I don't want to give anything away. Cleveland's going to be pretty popular, it feels like, with the Cappers today, and I'm liking them. So, all right. That's it. I'll take my official morning steam play on the under here, kind of chasing that steam a little bit. And I think you probably have to grade this one at 7.5 for me because like I said, there appear, yeah, there's 8 under 20 out there still. So, all right, I think I can go with an 8, but I'll call it 7.5 over 20 and make it a little bit of a challenge here. Pangers here today as well. Nate's concerned with Soto likely out of this one, of that Yankee game anyway. Whoops. I'm all over the place here because of the. Let me try to stay in order of these games. I understand I skipped the Reds. What other one did I skip? The Reds and the Cubs. Here we go. Oops. Really all over the place on these graphics. Okay, but at least they're all entered in. I promise you that. All right. How about this Reds Cubs matchup with Justin Steele going here against Lodolo? Man, this could be a pretty nice matchup here for Lodolo, it feels like, in this one. This total has been dropping lower. I'm starting to see 8.5 over 20 right now at Bovada, but I think it's mostly 9 under 15 at this point. And the Reds just a slight favorite here at $1.15 or so. For Lodolo in this one, he comes in with a 2.38 ERA over his last couple of starts, a 2-0 record. Cincinnati's 6-2 with Lodolo, and he's also gone under in 6 of 8 starts. The Reds, they've won 10 of their last 13 games now, all of a sudden, and the Cubs come in here. Cubs do come in here having won 3 of their last 4, but Steele, a 5.7 ERA with an 0-2 record in his last 4 starts, and Chicago is just 1-6 with Steele on the mound this season. They're 13-19 on the road. They've gone over in 8 of their last 9 games, but I think I've already made it clear that I'm on the under in this one. Lodolo's gone under in 6 of his last 8. Reds have been going over a little bit of late here, but to me, let me see how I had it with the lineups position. Let me get your plays as well. Yeah, I'm on the under here. Here they come. Here they come. With Thomas here on the Reds on the money line. And here's Luis on the Reds. And here's Dre, first 5 under. Here's Darren, Reds. He wants a Nerfy in this one. For Steele, he's allowed to run in the first inning in 1 of 7 games. Meanwhile, Lodolo, 5 of 8, really bad. 5 innings in 8 games. 5 first innings in 8 games. Lodolo, good numbers, slow starter. Cubs, 13 of 63, pretty much below average, however, for scoring runs in the first inning. Meanwhile, the Reds are just a tick below average here at 16 of 63. Jeff goes under. Here's Fernando with the Reds. And Panger got his winning plays from yesterday. And he's buying lunch, so hit him up. Justin's got a prop for the Reds here. And I'll try to keep it in order. I got to take a pause each time, right? San Francisco and Texas should be next. Let's go all the way down here to the Giants and the Rangers with Logan Webb, a road favorite here, it looks like, going up against Michael Lorenzen and the Rangers here. And yeah, Giants $1.15-ish right now. Slight favorite. See a couple $1.20s out there. Total 8 under 20 for the most part. Although I do see a 7.5 over currently at Bovada. I think that's probably the closest line right there in this one. I kind of leaning to the under here, probably as my play with the Giants and the Rangers. You have Webb, a 2.42 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone under in 6 of his last 9. San Francisco, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games. They've been getting hit pretty hard for the most part. They've gone over in 16 of their last 22. They're 13-19 on the road. Lorenzen's been sharp. 1.05 ERA in his last 4 starts. Just a 1-1 record to show for it, but he went under in all 4 of those games. He does have a 7.71 ERA in 3 career starts against San Francisco. Contrast that with Webb, a 1.47 ERA in 3 starts against Texas. Rangers are 5-16 to the under in their last 21 games. I'm going to have the under in this one. Rangers have won 6 of 9. Here comes Thomas wants spaghetti and meatballs. I'll take a lasagna. And yeah, Fernando feeling a little uncomfortable there, with these. In that Cubs game. Thomas here wants the under in the Giants game, the way I described it. Justin's got a prop back there. Here's Luis on Texas, Justin on the Rangers, Darren on the Rangers. Jeff's got Webb to deal here tonight. And Thomas wants to hear me say, that's Italian. And trivia, what was that? Abbondanza? Was it Abbondanza? Abbondanza! That's Italian. I don't know if I got that right. All right. Next up, Boston and Chicago White Sox. The Red Sox and the White Sox. Pretty interesting matchup here, certainly, with Criswell and Crochet. Maybe I was just dreaming when I said the Padres were trying to get Garrett Crochet here, but who knows? Anyways, for the White Sox, they are going to be what? Hold on a second. Is that a typo? Well, no, not necessarily. The Chicago White Sox are favored to defeat the Boston Red Sox. Apparently, the Red Sox will be sending out a team of minor leaguers out there. I don't know. Mostly it's because of Garrett Crochet, of course. He's been one of the top rookies, certainly in the league. He's got a 1.03 ERA in his last 6 starts, 4-1 record in those 6 starts. Chicago, 5-8 with Garrett Crochet. That's good. That's good, right? Considering, the White Sox basically are winning, less than 25% of their games. So, good on Crochet. He's also gone under in 11 of 13 games this season. White Sox have been going over of late. We know they've got that big 14-game losing streak right now. I thought it was interesting. And I'm kind of one of those, are you sure research kind of guys, right? You've seen me in the chat. I kind of take people up on something once in a while when they might be wrong. I'm not trying to always be a know-it-all guy. I just like to check my brain to see if it's working sometimes. So, but the White Sox, for all their mediocre history, right? I mean, there have been some moments. We know there have been some moments in this club's history, some championship moments. But the White Sox have never lost 14 games in a row in 100 years. And this is Major League Baseball where, it's not many teams lose as many as 14 games in a season. But usually there's 1 or 2 or even 3 that might, maybe even 4. I don't know. But they hadn't had a losing streak this long in 100 years, the Chicago White Sox. So anyways, they're expected to end it tonight, and they've got the man to do it. But to me, I look at it right. So here's the thing. They say, oh, Garrett, look, you got the White Sox. They're favored. This is the game they're going to win. This is the one you got to take them, right? I think the game you take them is the game where you get a price and it's a big surprise. I don't want to take the White Sox maybe when they're expected to win. So I want the Red Sox, I think, in this spot every time, even against the man, Garrett Crochet. There's nothing wrong with this guy. He's an absolute, he looks like a stud out there to me. I imagine he'll have a pretty strong game here. Criswell, not good. 7.36 ERA in his last 4 starts. But you still have a Red Sox team coming in here, 500 team. Like I said, White Sox, what are they? Playing like a 230 ball or something like that. So it really just comes down to price for me. I don't really have anything that say these pitchers will do it because Griswold's been getting rocked. Now you could talk about the bullpen, maybe a little bit in here because you'd have a Boston team that's been pretty okay, 3.54 ERA, and the White Sox, they're down there near the bottom with a 4.8 ERA. So it could say, nobody pitches a complete game anymore, and maybe that's where it gets done. I expect Crochet to still deal. I think Criswell will probably have a pretty okay performance considering his bad numbers of late. After all, he's facing the Chicago White Sox. So give me the Red Sox here. That's what I would love to be that guy and say this is the one. This is the one you take him, right? This is the one you got to be right. But I think that that's the wrong way to approach it. I want the White Sox with some, bad pitcher that will just take a shot on. That's why you see when I'm on the White Sox, it's been a big whiff the last couple of times, but it's always been. And again, I try to take it on the handicap here on the show to try to get a winner for the players. But again, we're really looking at them in their plus $2 rolls or plus a run and a half at plus money rolls right now. Certainly they're bound to get better. Brent's got his plays here today. And Thomas may be on Boston. Jeff says lay it with Boston. Luis says, hey, White Sox first 5 because you got Garrett Crochet. And right, Darren, well, that's just it. The price is crazy. It's making you hesitant. But here you're getting the Red Sox at obviously just if Garrett Crochet wasn't pitching, maybe they would be a bigger favorite. But again, one thing we've said about these White Sox, they've got a few pitchers doing a decent job here, considering where this team is right now. Fernando's on the over here, and Solo talking about it right there, right? So, Sox to win, and so Jeff says Boston money line, but still, yeah. There's no reason why we can't rock with Crochet here to, still do a decent job. I would imagine that. I'm taking this on the show. I don't think I can get a premium here on the Red Sox here in this one, but sometimes it's more about the price. Here's Latifa wants the White Sox and the over today. Okay. Next up, the Seattle Mariners taking on the Kansas City Royals with Bryce Miller here on the road against Daniel Lynch, the left-hander. You got Seattle on the road here, about $1.15, $1.20 favorite. Total mostly 9 under 15. It feels like at this point it's gone up here. It really gone up. Man, that kind of catches me by surprise, but we did talk about it already, right? The steam came rolling in on the over in this one. Okay. I get it. Mariners are doing a pretty decent job. This is about as decent of offense we've seen all season. They continue to play very, very well right now. Do the Mariners here, but still, this is gonna be a great weekend series, man. This would almost be an afterthought in the last couple of years, but you got two teams, basically about 10 games over 500 this year, and Seattle's won 9 of their last 11 games with good pitching. Look what Woo did yesterday. We were talking about, we expected Woo to come out there and deal, and we said Sears would have a good game too. That's why we had that morning steam play on the under, but we had Seattle as a premium yesterday. I guess we had that one pretty good. Lynch in 2 starts has a 2.7 ERA. Kansas City lost both those games, but Kansas City here has now lost 7 of their last 10. I believe that the Royals are getting the attention from handicappers today. I don't know if I want to get involved necessarily with the side just yet, but getting the Royals here a little bit. I know the Mariners have been hot, but heading out here into Kansas City in this weekend series. We'll see. Give me the under. I think I've got a little bit to work with here now at 9. The great thing about 9 is they got to get to 10. So, look, I don't want to, I would never dummy it down to the All-Star chat. But 9 is always real interesting because you got to get to 10. And for an under better, I gotta tell you. So, anyways, give me the under here at 9 under 15. You want to grade me at 8.5? You could do that too. 8.5. Better give me a little bit of plus money, or at least even money if I'm going to be stuck with an 8.5. Royals 22-10 at home. Mariners 17-15 on the road. Miller has gone over in 5 of his last 6. Get your plays here. And I don't know if Thomas is talking about me or Latifa. Here's Latifa on Kansas City. Here's Luis on Kansas City. And here's Justin on Kansas City. And here's Thomas on Kansas City. And here's Darren on Kansas City. Is this a Sunday in November? Here. And Thomas Lewis. Dun, 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 dun. The Kansas City Royals. We found another consensus in this one. Give us 2 plays on Team Steam today. Dre, here's a Seattle for you. Fernando on the under. And Jeff leaned to Kansas City here. Black Santa wants the Royals. A few more on the Mariners here, though. Fernando likes the Mariners, but I think, it just seemed like so many Kansas Cities. I think Thomas still going to roll with that. What is it? 5-2, 6-2, 5-2? Wasn't 4-2, was it? 4-2. That's still kind of a consensus. I think what we're looking for. So it would be enough, I would think, but maybe it felt like 5-2 or 6-3. I don't know. It's something like felt like. And here's Malco also coming in on Kansas City here. You know what? I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I like Kansas City, and if Team Steam likes them that heavy, I've thought about, maybe I could use them as a premium, and I've got the backing of Team Steam. It's like Team Steam consensus. We see the, other consensuses on the. We used to have a Team Steam consensus, as a matter of fact. Remember? Okay. Next up, we've got the Rockies and the Cards. Well, we saw yesterday's game with the Rockies and the Cardinals. I had a premium winner, I believe, in that one yesterday with the under here on the show. No, premium pick winner with the Colorado Rockies, St. Louis Cardinals yesterday. The final score was 3-2 in that one. And here you have Austin Gomber pitching very, very well here, going against my man Lance Lynn. I'll still, still talk about Lance Lynn like I like him, but Gomber is really the man to look out for here. A 1.01 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's been on a roll. Under in 7 of 8 starts for Gomber. Rockies have lost 5 of 6, but for the Cardinals, they've lost 5 of their last 7 here right now. They've gone under in 8 of their last 11. Lynn's gone under in 6 of his last 9 games. The widely reported steam came in on the over in this one. I wasn't so sure that I was, maybe because of last night, the pitching here, Rockies on the road. I mean, it does seem to tend to be a little bit of a, we're on the road, we don't score. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't want to be necessarily riding here with the over, and I'll take the under here with the Rockies and the Cardinals. In fact, I think I might have to update the line. No, There's enough eights out there. There's 8 under 20 at Circa. I've got the Circa app open here. So I was betting the college baseball. So I can still get 8 under 20, but there are some 7.5s out there right now. But I've got to take the under here with Colorado and St. Louis again. I felt like I was kind of saving it for a premium again, but we went with it yesterday, and it might be a little bit closer to 8 runs today after just 5 yesterday, though. It feels like a pretty strong play. What do you guys have in this one with the Rockies and the Cards? Cardinals run line here for Justin. Here's Thomas on the under. Nate has Rockies first five and Rockies uh, minus $1.35, plus $1. Rockies first five money line plus 170, and Rockies. I don't. I'm gonna say that means plus 135, or maybe once the Rockies win the first five, Nate's saying, you know what, they're going to be winning, and I'm going to take them again and just roll the money over as a favorite. Here's Luis on the under. I wouldn't put it past Nate. I tell you that. Okay, here. That looks like it. I don't think there's much on this game, and if you watch yesterday's game, I could probably see why. I was watching it because I had a premium and I was well interested. So we did see. Let me see. This might be a little bit of breaking news. I want to see what time this came out because let me get. Yeah, this is a little bit of breaking news here. I actually missed it. I'm about 30 minutes late, but dude, this is real breaking news here. It looks like, and maybe you guys have already got a glimpse of this. Not a big deal, but let me clear. Let me show Darren's play here. Cardinals. All right, and let's cover it right now. We have real breaking news. I won't even put the banner up there. That was a little fun for Thomas, but the boxing match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson does have a new date right now. I thought we weren't going to get it until Monday, but now we do have because Mike Tyson here, uh, you know, he only got taken off that flight apparently because of his a problem with his spleen or something. I don't know what it was. Ulcer. He had an ulcer, but he's going to be okay to get in the ring on November 15th against Jake Paul, a young man here. So we do have that date now, and it'll be take place at Jerry's World at this point. So we do have that date now for the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Will be on November 15th. Jeff says they'll never get this. I think that's what he's suggesting here, that they'll never get this fight off, I think. Because definitely this is something that has been confirmed to major news outlets. But I think what Jeff is saying is there's just no way. How do you ever let this man, as good as he looks, right? We could all would, you know, take to looking like how Iron Mike looks a little bit. Maybe the tattoo on the face, no, but you know, he looks pretty good. We took off his shirt the last couple weeks ago and kind of did that. So uh, November 15th would be the new date for that fight. And interesting on this I should say on this undercard, but actually it's like almost a co-main event. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano for the super lightweight championship women's belt. There will also be a very, very big deal. Okay. Hey, a little bit of steam coming in right now in the WNBA, and I want to bring it to your attention. It is a play we saw, highly regarded WNBA handicapper Chad in here, but taking all the favorites today. But there is some steam coming in right now on the Seattle Storm in their game tonight against the Aces. Looks like the nines are turning into eights here at this point. This one, maybe it'll freeze at 8. I could see a scenario where this game could get a little bit lower than that. Even I think there's some highly regard by Seattle by the Sharps, and I think we're starting to see that right here, right now. So The Seattle Storm taking steam against the Aces. Okay, here, let's get back to the action in Major League Baseball right now and where I left off. In the matchup between, and we got all our Colorado comments in, right? So we're just about done here on the morning steam with baseball. Then we'll take a look at those WNBA games real quick. How about Houston and the Angels here with the Astros on the road? Pretty big favorite with Framber Valdez, $1.85 here, and the total at 8.5 under 15. I think that's pretty much a widely reported price everywhere. Maybe it is a little bit lower on the Astros at this point. Canning maybe taking a little bit of attention uh, from the betting, probably more like the sharps, because actually, I do pay attention to those betting splits. I just don't report them because too many people are like, I don't trust those, I don't believe them, or whatever. This one's heavy, heavy Houston. Just I promise you that coming in right now. Uh, just overwhelming tickets and money on Houston against the Angels here today, but the move is slightly on the Angels. So that's the sharp indicator that you look for if you ever, kind of wondering what people like me, or it's just a generality, but they say, and again, this is a kind of a basic concept, but again, I want to educate, but also don't talk down to anybody. But usually, what they say is if you got the tickets on one side and the money on the other, then that is kind of indicative of a sharp. Or if it's just so overwhelming, like it is money and tickets on one side, yet the move looks like it's to the dog. That's also kind of a sharp reaction there, and that's what you're getting here. Because I have 185, but I think it's mostly 180, maybe even 175 here. For Valdez coming into this one, he's got a 4-1 record with a 3.94 ERA in his last five starts. Griffin Canning a 2.49 ERA in his last four starts. The Astros have gone under in 11 of their last 14 games, while the Angels have gone under in 6 of their last 8. It's a 3-game winning streak for the Los Angeles Angels right now. And of course, if you translate Los Angeles Angels in Spanish to English, of course, it's the Angels Angels. Well, that was a good idea. The Angels are 10-21 at home this season. For Houston, they've lost 7 of their last 12. Astros are 11-17 on the road this season. So even though we're still grading them here like they're some world beater, right? Feels like almost a theme every day talking about it. But when does it end? What record does the Astros uh, do the Astros need to have to continue to be lined like they are 35-28 and not 28-35? So I don't know if I can get on Valdez. Even in this one, either lay a run line. Maybe it could be a play here with Griffin Canning, but let me get your plays on it. Obviously, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this game. Here comes Justin with the Angels team total over. Jeff wants to go under in this one. And here's Luis. He's on the Angels run line. And Latifa also Angels here. And 2 cups here today. Angels, Angels. And Justin says all of a sudden the Angels are having success against these lefties right now. And wow, really? Is Angels a consensus play? My goodness. Okay. That's terrific. Well, I'm hemming and hawing here in this one. I kind of want to go under with with um, Jeff, I think here, and that's the way I'll take it. Um, I think it's. Let me see what the total is still, right? 8.5. Yeah, if I can get these 8.5s at this point, because there's definitely a possibility of this thing feels like, well, it was 8 earlier. Okay, just give me the under. That's fine. That was one I did not have. I'd probably say I'd come in here with probably like between 12 and 13 of them, and then I'm like, I'll see what the chat says because it's not one of my favorite games or something. Thurman Hill joining us today, and he's leading this game under, so or Angels under and Cardinals under. So two games leaning under, and well, I'll take the Angels under then if Thurman's going under. All right, let's roll here with my Padre game tonight. And here they are. With the Diamondbacks and the Padres. I think, for having a team, I'm a homer guy, but I feel always pretty objective about my positions with the Padres and when I'm on them and when I'm not. And uh, I was a guy, when I was rooting as a kid for the team, the Padres were so bad. I was one of those, you'd root for your. I hope they lose 20-0 when you're like 10 years old, and you know, and I'm still waiting for a World Series after 55 years. But here comes King going up against Brandon Fott. Hmm, pardon me. All right. In this one, we've seen the widely reported steam already come in on the under here as reported. And right now, uh, I think you can still get away with 7.5 under at minus 150. Maybe minus 120 or so. Let me see here. Because there are definitely a couple of 7 overs out there as well currently. So, and Padres favorite here. Okay, let me get into it. In this one, I like the Padres, by the way. I think maybe I should just say that while I'm uh, fooling around here trying to get to the uh, preview of the game. All right. For Brandon Fott, he's got a 4.15 ERA in his last 4 starts. For Michael King, 2.97 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Padres are 7-4. Hear a lot of talk, and people don't like King, and I've said I think King, given the role, maybe it's getting boring the way I've been talking about King. Just Padres got him. He got him from the Yankees. That seems okay by me. He's done a pretty good job so far. He did have 6 shutout innings in his first start against Arizona. He mowed them down. So Padres have lost 5 straight now after losing again yesterday here to the Diamondbacks. And yesterday we did give out the over, in the game. The final score was 4-3. Arizona got that win. Padres came back from a 3-0 deficit, tied the game, but then Arizona got that win in the late innings. So I'm going to take the Padres here in this one at $1.20. I think they'll end that losing streak tonight. Fought against San Diego. Good numbers, 2.89 ERA in 3 starts. He's 0-1, however. Arizona comes in having won 5 of their last 6 games, and they've gone over in 5 of their last 6. King's gone over in 5 of his last 7, but the Padres have gone under in 5 straight. And here's Joe. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you got me on that one, Joe, actually, because let me see here. See if I can get this back. Oh, there we go. Okay, Joe. Yeah. No, Joe. I'm totally a San Diego homer, but I'm living in Las Vegas right now, sports betting capital of the world. So trying to latch onto these teams a little bit here. There's more sports here, more professional teams. Latifa's on Arizona. Here's Ray on Arizona. Darren on Padres and under. Luis is on the Diamondbacks. Thomas is on the uh, Diamondbacks. And Latifa, you know what, Latifa? I think we got a problem here, actually. Marte was out last night. It might be again tonight. He's got a, let me see here. Okay, no, okay. Well, let me see. Actually, he might have been in there last night. Was it the game before that he missed? I don't want to be wrong. I'm not going to look it up right now. Marte was on the injured list, or at least not on the injury report for a day or two. But okay, he was in. Okay, great. You do want him in there, but I'll take the Padres in this one. I don't know that why the reported team came in. I know it went under yesterday. I'm concerned about Fott in this one. We'll see. We'll see. Give me the Padres. All right. Oops. I don't think though. Do we have another one? Or is that it? We got one more. Double check my work, you guys. Make sure we got them all in there. Feel like we did. We did. All right, the Blue Jays and the A's. We talked about this one. The steam came in there, I believe, right? A little bit. Let me see if that was right. Came in on the Blue Jays, and I like the Blue Jays at $1.40. Long gone. It's at least $1.60 right now. So I'm not willing to give it out here as a premium or anything. Toronto, we know how mediocre they've been this season, certainly right now. Nothing special going up against a bad team like the A's here. But Bassett's been good, so maybe that's part of it. Like he goes so streaky, right? When that thing is curving, he's looking so good. He's got a 1.35 or 1.88 ERA in 4 starts, a 3-1 record in those 4 starts. And Bassett has gone under in 4 of his last 5. Toronto has won 7 of their last 9 games, but they've gone over in 5 of their last 6. For Hogan Harris here, this will be a bullpen game, kind of, I'm sure, for the A's. They've lost 7 of their last 10. They've gone under in 9 of their last 11. The A's are 14-18 at home this season, which doesn't sound like much, but the Blue Jays are 14-17 on the road. So really identical records pretty much on game, and still big favorite. Maybe because Bassett's numbers, he might be pretty good position here. I would expect Bassett to deal to Oakland tonight and probably have a pretty strong game. I'll take Toronto here at $1.60. Not something, not a great price here at this point, but I think Toronto's the team to win here. Just gonna have to ignore the price here a little bit. Here's Jay's run line for Luis. Thomas says, "Give me the Oakland." I think that means run line right there, actually. Or no, it could be money line. I don't know, but he's taking Oakland here. Darren will lay it. Jeff's going under here. Does seem like it could be an under in this one. So what team is this? Toronto turning it around with those 7-2 record in the last 9 games, and they need to turn it around. Ever since they broke out that old jacket with all those, all the countries all over it, they've been winning. Kind of reminded me of my old jacket when I was a kid, and Mom would take me to the game, and every team that came in, I'd buy a little patch, and she'd sew it on the back of my jacket and tell her all the teams on the back of my jacket because I was a little nerdy sports kid. All right. Twisted, thank you. And Black Santa says they're getting hot. They're playing ball. And that'll be it. I think that's it for your plays on the baseball card. Let's get to the WNBA. We got to wrap this show up. And I think we've already talked so much about WNBA. We're just going to show the games and make the picks here, it feels like, or check out my videos with Tony. I did a pretty intensive preview, 30 seconds, a minute on each game or so. So rather than keep you guys, let's just go over them, get your picks, get ready though. Justin went with the Blue Jays. And let's take a look at the Fever going up against the Mystics to start us off. And man, it feels like the Fever are going to be like a 4-point favorite by the time this one goes off. The Mystics started off the favorite in this one. I couldn't believe it when I saw it because I just had watched them compete. And look, I'm sorry that the Mystics are 0-10. They actually are. I don't know, it might not be better than 0-10, but I took them last night here on the show. They were really outplaying Chicago. It's just that Chicago maybe has enough talent to eventually beat them, and they did, and covered the spread. So that's tough. I thought that might be the spot because I was really fading Chicago. I really think Chicago's got some issues. They were able to get it done. So hats off to them. But good luck to them also here. All right, I'm going to take the under in this one. The widely reported steam came on the over as we were on the show here. The total's gone up to about 162.5 or 163. I will say this. The widely reported steam has been absolutely terrific this season. I'm just talking about the line service. And again, it's not necessarily the line service. They just report it. But when the biggest move comes in, the line service reports it. The WNBA moves this year, you talk about what Chad was saying, with the favorites and everything, right? Because it hasn't been all. We talked about all the dogs at first, but that's the way the moves were coming in too. So the one thing that I would say right now about it is the moves have been hot. So I'm going under in this game, but the steam came in on the over. I'll just make it very clear right here. And the steam came in on the Fever, obviously. I say obviously, it's not always. Even if there's a 3-point move, doesn't mean it was necessarily steamed. But again, it's subjective. I'm never going to argue or object to anyone who says they saw some steam. I just have my own criteria. So here is the under for me. The reason why is I think the Mystics will have trouble. I think the Fever, can I say underrated at this point? Justin on the Fever. And Jeff said, what is the favorite bet in baseball today? Oh, Jeff, that man. Can I just go with my plays in that? Maybe I'll just go with the first one. Maybe I can just start with the first. But right now, I think the plays on the show that I've made clear here for college baseball would be Connecticut plus 2.5, Evansville plus 4.5, West Virginia, North Carolina total. West Virginia, North Carolina total, right? Let me see. Wrote it down here. We gotta get rolling here and get to the. It'll be fun to watch some college baseball here today. Oh, West Virginia, North Carolina under was my play. Hopefully, we got the best number there, and also K-State, Virginia under. So it's Connecticut and Evansville, first two dogs underdogs, plus the runs if you'd like. I like plus runs here. These are big time favorites and very good teams. I like the dogs to compete. And then under in the final two games, West Virginia game and Kansas State game. To be clear, the steam came in on Kansas State, and I have Virginia. I have Virginia in the future, so whatever. And the North Carolina game, the steam came in on North Carolina, and I have them. Don't worry, Latifa. We'll have our NHL preview tomorrow. And Justin may go under in the game in the Fever game with me, so that makes me feel good because I may be happy. have a little regret when I see the move right now. Not always on all these. Sometimes me, I'm just uh, oh, they went over, I'll still go under. These WNBA, I'm like, well, I thought I had the move right actually. Okay, that's it for that one. Let's keep it rolling here with the Wings going up against the Sparks. And the widely reported steam came in on the Sparks, and I like the Sparks. I mean, I might be tailing the maybe I'm tailing the steam here. And look, both teams have been poor against the spread so far. Dallas is certainly rated higher, rated as the better team coming into this one right now, maybe with better personnel as well. But I want to talk a bit about Cameron Brink. Like I said, getting named to that 3-on-3 Olympic basketball. Yeah, it's a different discipline. It's not full court real basketball, but I think it shows that she is a world class basketball talent for a rookie and will be a top player. And I think the Sparks will continue to improve here. Will they get out of that? Out of that bottom group of four really bad teams. I'm not sure they will this season, but I'm going to grab a couple of points here with the Sparks tonight in this one. Sparks have gone under in 5 of 7 games, but 5 of their 7 games, but I don't know about that. 5 of their last 7, I should say. I don't know today if that's going to be the case. Final. Let's see what you got here. Here's Justin. Took the Wings last night. And that might be it from you guys. Yeah. So, Twisted, I have these as futures plays to win it all, actually. So, I do definitely think Carolina today, but I'm not so Virginia to win. Yeah, maybe I guess I could say that, but I think Kansas State has a very good. I'm worried about that futures pick on Virginia here a little bit. Just in that, like I said, I'm on them in the future. There's nothing I can do, and they got matched up here against Kansas State, who does look like they at least could cover 2.5 runs here today. So that's the way I'm kind of playing that. Okay, Lynx and Mercury. And in this one, took the under here last night with the Lynx and the Mercury, and the steam came in on the over. So maybe a little bit of worry again here, but I thought under. I mean, I've seen Phoenix with some pretty bad shooting performances so far this season, including a pretty bad effort the other night. 3-point shooting was 3 for 17, I think, 4 for 23 in the loss to Seattle the other night. So Phoenix is 5-5 against the spread. The Lynx, they're 8-1 against the spread. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. We got some of the best personnel right now. They're the team that people overlooked out of the top teams here right now. And the Lynx are in first place in the West. They got the second best record in the league currently behind Connecticut. They've covered the spread in 4 straight games on the road. Phoenix has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. The loss to Seattle, let me see what that was. A series, Minnesota's won 4 straight, 9 of 10, including back on May 24th, 95-71. Minnesota clubbed them as 6.5-point favorites. This has been a long-standing over series. I will mention that, but there, Minnesota's coming off the 86-62 win over the Sparks, where Nafisa Collier had 25 points and 9 rebounds. I'm on the under here. And that's a great point. Thank you, Thomas, for that as well. I didn't want to get out too far ahead of it. Not saying I forgot, but I think the line move could indicate that we could see the return of Brittany Griner here tonight. Also, Rebecca Allen, questionable. Could see her here tonight as well. So I think that's part of it too here in this one. Phoenix might be in an interesting position here. Look, I don't like them this year, but maybe if they get Griner back, Allen's missed several games now, and she is a pretty big time player for Phoenix. So maybe Phoenix will be okay after all, and they're getting some nice points here right now. I think it's down to 5 at Bovada currently. Could be an indicator of players returning here tonight, including uh, Brittany Griner, and put everything else aside. Her record speaks for itself. The number of All-Star selections, uh, really a top player, and I don't think that that is going to change. All right. One more here, right? With the Storm going up against the Aces. And I took the Storm on the show last night. They did just take the steam a little while ago here to get it down to 8. It was as high as 10.5. So, if anything shows how this move has come along, this total, though, has dropped big time here uh, in this one. I would imagine, you know what? I hope I didn't miss the ball on this one. Feels like this is way. I feel like this is going to be an under here tonight. Man, already at 165.5. Uh, I'm going to take the Storm here as my play on the show and see if I can tolerate a premium here. Maybe just tease it in case it doesn't make it. I do like the under possibly here, if I could say it like that. Uh, might be a little bit tough to get to here uh, right now. Seattle's gone under in 3 of their last 4. They've covered 4 straight right now. As Seattle, they're really a team that's not being. They're now the overlooked team. It feels like 4-1 spread record on the road. They're 1-0 against the spread as an underdog. They've had 5 straight wins. Also coming into this one, including get this. In that win over Phoenix, I talk about all of Seattle's players. I didn't mention this on last show, as I didn't know it, but I wish I would have. That Easy Magbagor, great player. You look at this lineup; they've got some nice starters. Easy Magbagor, the center, she might be like 4th on the team quality chart or stars. Well, she just signed a contract extension on Tuesday, and that night she went out and scored a season high 21 points, and she's already a 2-time all WNBA first team defensive player. So she does it all. Easy Magbagor, one of the most overlooked stars in the league, it feels like to me. All right. Under for Thomas here. Thank you to Thomas. Thank you to everybody. Unless you've got anything else you want to cover, how about, okay, I got one for you there. Here's Twisted's college baseball. And I said what I've got too. So Twisted and I, it looks like that is my card. I mean, I think that's my card, except the Kansas State. Oh, look, he got it at 3.5. So, you know what? Maybe on that one, maybe a little bit of a hedge because I think Kansas State's terrific. I don't know if the price is good enough, and I already got the Virginia future. If I could trade it in for a Kansas State future, I might at this point. The Purple Cats have been looking pretty good. But anyways, thanks everybody for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Be back with you tomorrow on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll have a great show. Oh, here we go. One more. I got it. I got you. I got you, fam. How about a little Canadian Football League action last tonight? Hey, look what happened last night. We had a little Canadian Football League. Yeah, we split. We gave out Montreal and the over. It went under, but everybody was on Winnipeg. I felt like it was like 80% of the handicappers, the public, everybody was on Winnipeg. What they forgot is that Montreal has a defense that forces a lot of turnovers, and that kind of did the game. And they got some nice quarterback play from Cody Fajardo, I thought, yesterday, outplaying Zach Collaros. So right now, the champs 1-0 in that season opener yesterday. Let's try a double play here tonight with Hamilton and Calgary. I think I'm willing to go both. We're not offering the product here at Tony'sPicks.com this season, so I'll take a stab here. I'm going to take the under here with Hamilton going up against Calgary in this one. I'll try the under here. Let me see if that's the current line. Pick them in 45 currently. The Stamps at home. Here's some baseball steam to get you out of here. I'll touch one more note on this, but the Angels are getting steamed tonight here against the Astros. We talked about it with Griffin Canning. I already said I like the under. Could see maybe Griffin Canning kind of round into form here maybe tonight against the Astros. You guys already hinted that you guys were okay with the Angels here tonight, and here's a move on the Angels. So you know what? I might even look into that. Tough to take the Angels, but looks like a little bit of sharp action rolling their way. How about that? All right, there it is. Give me, as I said, give me the under here in the game with Hamilton and Calgary, and I'm going to take the Ticats on the road. I'm looking for an improvement from Hamilton this year in this one. So give me the Tiger Cats, East versus West tonight. I'll take Hamilton on the road against Calgary, and I'll take the under, and we'll try to give you a side and a total every game so you can enjoy Canadian Football League action this season. And don't blink when it's out there and they're punting on third down from the 55-yard line. And if you saw that crazy play last night where the man tried to run it out of the end zone and he got hit, tackled, and fumbled, and they were going to rule it at one point, but then he was tackled in the end zone. They called it a safety for 2 points, but they almost got a rouge. So just watch out in the CFL. All right. Yeah, we're going to take the Ticats. Thank you, Twisted, for your plays. Thank you for Latifa. Thank you so much for your absolute positive contributions to our chat room. I mean, you go above and beyond to energize us. When you come in, everyone seems to get all pumped up and fired up and excited with your enthusiasm, dedication, and great information. So thank you very much. All right, that's going to do it here on the Morning Steam. We'll catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. From Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. Hit it, Peasy.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel and these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So